Guys, I'm BDW Spectra, but you can just call me Spectra. I wanted to make a leveling guide and a beginner's guide for ESO. So basically for all of you guys that already know how to play the game, this is my 9th character, and the way that I like to level my characters is basically for the first 15 levels, you do your Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, and then you quest until you hit 15, and then I just go to Deshawn and farm the Dolmens. So that's just a quick little thing for all of you guys that don't want to wait around for the whole video and already know how to play. Now, for my beginners, I'm going to take this slow and explain as much as I can. It's been 5 years since I made a new character, so I might miss some things. In the comments, you can tell me what I missed and I can try to fix that in my video. So, when I start a new character, the first thing I like to do is go through my settings. So I've already changed this, but you go to your options, go to combat, and at the top, just make sure that these say always show. So those are going to be your bars. It's going to be your magicka, health, and stamina bars, so you can always see what you're at. Because that just always drives me insane not being able to see where I'm at. So when you first start out, it will give you your skills. So in whatever class you're playing as, I'm playing as a Necro Dark Elf, but whatever class you're playing as, it will give you 3 starting classes. Put a point into each one of those so that they can start leveling up, because as you will see, they are locked. So the more you use that class, like in the corner right now, so I'm on Bone Tyrant and I'm on level 3. So those will start to level up, and the more that levels up, it will start unlocking all of those things for you. So if there's a specific tree you want to play as, you're going to have to unlock all of those. So just put a point into all 3 so that they're just going to already start unlocking as you're playing. So, when you start the game, it puts you in the latest DLC zone if you purchased that DLC or if you have ESO Plus. So, what you're going to want to do in any case that you're playing is run to the closest way shrine, wherever it drops you off at. Now, from this way shrine, it's a teleporter, you're going to want to find this big city of your zone. So right now I'm in Western Skyrim, that's the latest DLC, so I'm going to want to go to the Way Shrine. Now, I already ran there, so I'm going to go where it would drop you guys off at. So right now, it would take me right here. So it drops me off near the ocean. So I'm going to want to run up to the town, and on the way there, there is a horse master which you're going to want to stop by at. It's been many years since I started. I don't remember quite how you get the horse. So I'm hoping if you go to the stable master, they'll provide you a horse, or... Yes, okay, so you can see the horses right there. So those are pretty expensive. Hopefully if you bought the game and if you bought a DLC, it gave you a free horse so that you don't have to save up money to do this. So those are the horse prices, so you're gonna have to start saving up. But once you get a horse, or if you have a horse already, you can put points into speed, stamina, or carry capacity, which right now, starting off, you have almost nothing for carry space, so I would put points into the carry space when you have money to do so, because they changed the passives in one of the skill trees, and when you have that skill tree, it will actually give you a speed instead of taking away money and an extra day to learn one of these. So these go up to 60, so 60 days each one of these to max them out. So stamina, do that very last, because that one really doesn't matter for right now for what you're doing. So I'd split it in between carry weight and speed, but if you realize you're having more problems with carry weight, just put it all into carry weight and then do speed, then do stamina. But stamina really doesn't matter that much for right now. So, now that you saw the horse trainer, we're going to go into the main city. So in here, what we're going to be looking for first thing is the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild in wherever zone it placed you at if you didn't get the DLC. So the Fighters Guild, what we want from there is to get the skill line that they have. And that's because they have this passive in the skills that intimidates people when you're talking to them. So in here, the Fighters Guild looks like a sword, and that's true for every place that has the Fighters Guild. And then this one is the Mages Guild. So to make it easier to figure out where you're going, like find it on the map and then press R3, and it puts the blue triangle on it so you know where you're going up at the top. So I already did this, but he's standing right out here, and you get the quest from him. And it's really easy, you just talk to him and then he gives you the skill line. And then, so you go here in your skills, and so Fighters Guild, and it already gives it to you, you don't have to spend any skills or anything, and he gives you Intimidating Presence. So again, that's talking for NPCs, and the option could come up to intimidate them. And if you do that, it makes the quest go a little bit faster and you don't have to do tedious steps. So the same thing for the Mages Guild, they're going to be standing out here. You just talk to them and they'll give you the Mages Guild. And so that one is for Persuasive. And it's the same thing, pretty much. So now that you have those two, you could start questing. So what I suggest that you guys do first is you want to go down here to social and go to guilds. Now, you're brand new and you don't have any way shrines. Like, say you don't want to quest here in Western Skyrim because it is the latest place, it is a harder place, and it's not where you want to start. So to get way shrines, you can either, in wherever you're at, if you can find these anchors. So this boat will take you to Edenroot, Mournhold, or Wayrest. So those are easier starting places that you can go to quest. Now that's one way to get to where you need to go. Or if you're in a group, you can teleport to a friend, but if your friend doesn't have any either, this is the better thing to do. Go to guilds, and you're going to want to find guilds. Now you can leave a message or not, it's up to you, but find a guild that you want to be in. Like, what are you playing as? Are you PvP? Are you questing? Are you role-playing? Anything. So I like to do trading because I like to make money in the game, so you're going to want to go to guilds, and you're going to want to find someone that isn't going to charge you money weekly because you're brand new. So read their descriptions, find out what they have to offer. Right now, you really don't need much as far as a guild until you get higher up. So just find a free one that has a lot of people in it so that you can travel to those people. You don't have to talk to those people, you're just using them as like a taxi to get to where you want. So I do have a guild. You can join me, I'm Esoholics. I will accept anyone, I'm not charging dues, I'm a very small guild, I have my own house with my own crafting stuff and transmute stations, so you guys can all use that. So you guys can apply to me and I'll accept you guys. So you're going to want to do that because it can take them a little while to accept you. Like they might not be on or whatever, they're busy. So while you're questing, apply for guilds so that you just have the free teleports. So at this point, you can get a free house when you start the game. Wayrest, or not Wayrest, Western Skyrim does have a free house. I don't care for this house because if you played this when it first came out, they actually gave you a free gigantic house. So I don't personally like this house. I would probably spend that free house ticket in either Oridon because it's a big town and it has all your resources that you need. It has tons of boats to take you to different locations. It even has the event people there. So I would probably do Oridon if you really want to spend your house thing right now. Glenumbra is also a good main town that you could spend it on, and maybe Ebonheart, but I don't like Ebonheart as much. There's also a lot of other houses, and every time you start a new character, you can get a different house, but maybe just play the game a little bit, figure out which zones you like, and like where you like playing it, and get that house, so that it's a free teleport, because so anywhere you're at, if you already have those way shrines, you can teleport back to them. But see, it will cost you money to teleport to them. And if you recently teleported, the money keeps going up and up and up and up. So unless you physically go to this way shrine to then teleport to a different way shrine, like that's free. Way shrine to way shrine is free, but say you're in a dungeon and you don't want to run all the way back through all the monsters and you just want to teleport out. Sometimes it's easier to just teleport to your house, walk outside your house, and then go to a way shrine so that it doesn't cost you anything. So that's just a little thing on the houses. You guys, if you apply for my guild, you can always teleport to my guild for free. So at this point, while you're waiting for guilds to accept you, figure out where you want to play at. So if you're an elf, you know, your starting zone is actually Ordon, and that's what they used to do several years ago, is you'd actually start in your faction, whoever you're playing as. So back in the day when I was an elf, I was over here in Ordon. Now that I'm a dark elf, I believe I'm supposed to be up here in Stormhaven. So those are just kind of like your different zones. So these are going to be your elves, your Khajiits, and things like that. And then these are Nords. And then over here, maybe that's Dark Elf. So that's how they used to do it. They didn't used to put you straight into the DLC zone. So if you want to start in easier areas, don't start in the DLC zone. You know, start in Oridon, or start in Grotwood, or Deshawn, or other places like that. So what you want to do for right now is you want to level up to at least 10, so go ahead and start doing those main quests. So your main quests are going to be like how up here it says map completion. That first icon that you see is the main quest. So since I keep talking about Ordon, I'm going to go over to Ordon and like show you how you guys would start that. Now, the other thing that I also like to do is, if I'm questing, I also like to look at who has the most quest. So right now, that first line on map completion, it's a 0 out of 7. So there's only 7 main quests here. So you can always zoom out of the map. So let's look at Glenumbra. So Glenumbra has 24 main quests. So I normally like to start somewhere where it has more quests if I know I'm going to be questing for a while. So you guys could always start there, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you guys down here in Ordon. So we're just going to be questing until we're level 10 or so. Now from there, you'll get to decide how you're liking the game so far, and if you want to try battlegrounds or if you want to try dungeons, because at that point those unlock for you at level 10. Battlegrounds is pretty hard, especially because it's a lot different from how you've been playing the game right now. But I mean, you guys can always give it a shot. If you're more of a PvP person, definitely try it out, get a feel for it. You can always try out the dungeons, and when you do a dungeon and a battleground for the first time of the day, it gives you a lot of XP. So if you want to do that, you're going to go down here to Activity Finder, and so you'd go to Dungeon Finder, and you want to do the random one, and it will tell you how much XP you'll get, and that will be a lot to leveling up your character faster. So every day you play, like, try to do one of those, or both of those if you have time, and it will give you a big chunk of XP. So again, that unlocks at level 10. Okay, so we're here in Ordon. So if you open up the menu, no, don't open up the menu. Press the big map, the big button. So you can see that there is 12 main quests. So if you're ever lost or confused on where you need to go when you're doing the main quest, you can hold square and it will bring up this, and then you just press Start Story Quest. So it will tell you where you need to go, which has been really nice because back in the day it didn't have this and you were just lost. So, you know, go ahead and highlight that and press your R3 so you know where you're gonna go. She is not a main story quest. This one is. Make sure you look at that symbol above their head. So like these people, those are all your side quests, right? These people are the main quest. Now, it's good to do the main quest because they are going to give you the skill points that you need to do your skills. So when you're unlocking these and you get the skill, you can unlock, you know, another thing. And this list will be so much longer when you've been playing for a while. So you can get skill points from doing the main quest, or you can get sky shards. So on my map completion, the second one from the bottom, that is the sky shards that you can get. Now, it takes 3 sky shards to get 1 skill point. So that's kind of the toss-up, you know? So you could either spend 10 minutes doing a quest, or quicker, or longer, and get 1 skill point, or you can go find the sky shards, but have to get 3 of them for 1 skill point. So it's really a toss-up. So, like I said, from now to level 10, you know, you do your quest wherever you want to quest at, and like I said, if I'm going to quest for a while, go somewhere that has more. But if you're just trying to get the feel of the game, you know, start in Ordon, it's easy level things. Now, something else that I would like to suggest is on your phone, in the App Store, you guys can get the ESO helper is what it's called, or the ESO app. Now, both of those have maps of everything. So, like, right now I'm in Ordon, right? So the map will tell you where all the sky shards are, where the dolmens are, where the boss fights are. Basically everything on that whole left side of map completion, it will tell you where it is so you don't have to guess. And then you can click the icon and it saves it for you, and so you don't have to guess which one you already did or didn't do. I mean, the zone guide, when you open the zone guide, it also tells you this, which is also very helpful. So, I mean, you can see which way shrines you have. At that point, you would be able to see what delves you have, what sky shards you have and don't have, and it gives you a description. So, this is very helpful, combined with the app is also really helpful. So, at this point, I'm going to step away, and I'm going to get to level 10, and then I'll show you guys from there what you guys can do. So, something I want to add before you guys go off and start questing. So, your inventory. So, right now you don't start off with much of anything. So, when you're questing and you're getting the armor, just go ahead and put whatever you get on. It doesn't matter if it's light, if it's heavy, if it's medium. Right now, like, you just need something on before, like, you know how you're going to play as. And that's okay wearing a piece of like everything, because if you don't know how you're going to play, being able to level up those skills, because here in skills you're going to get medium, light, and heavy, and all of those are going to level up with you if you're wearing them. So it's okay. But what I would like to suggest is when you get the armor, after you have everything on, then you start getting more gear. Make sure when you get the gear, it says that it's training. So I don't have any right now to show you, but at the top it should tell you training, and what that's going to do is make you level up quicker. So at some point, if you can make all of those training, you're going to level up a lot faster. So just something to know while you guys start questing and getting gear, start looking at those things. And it's okay if you don't know what kind of weapon you want to use. You can always start cycling through, try those out, because again, those are going to be down here in skills, and it's going to have sword or one-hand, shield, staff, bow, two-handers, or daggers, or whatever. So it's okay if you want to level those up, and then by the time you get higher level, you figure out how you want to play, because those skills will still be there for you. And unlocked, too, so you don't have to start completely over. So right now, just get the feel of how you want, do your quest, look for training gear, put those on. So I'll come back when you guys are level 10, and I'm level 10 as well.